The king raised a flea the size of a thumb. He even made it pull a tiny cart every day. The flea's job was to entertain him. To help it grow faster, the king fed it pork chops soaked in ox blood. Soon, the flea grew to the size of a puppy. Seeing such a cute flea, the king felt deeply satisfied. He patted its head every day, just like petting his own son. And so, the days passed peacefully. One day, a doctor was urgently summoned to the palace. Before he could ask anything, the king dragged him into the study. The doctor nervously asked what was wrong, but before he could react, he saw the giant flea beside the king. Urged by the king, the doctor had no choice but to listen with a stethoscope. But before he could start treatment, the flea had already stopped breathing. Turns out, it died from overeating. Looking at the dead flea, the king hugged it and cried. After all, he had raised it himself, bit by bit. While grieving, the king suddenly remembered something. A few days ago, he had asked the princess what kind of man she wanted to marry. Blushing, she said, she wanted someone strong and handsome. So the king rushed to find the princess, and said he had come up with a way to choose her husband. The next day, he skinned the flea, and asked the whole kingdom to guess what animal the skin came from. Whoever guessed correctly could marry the princess. Soon, people were examining the skin. Some even used magnifying glasses, but no one could guess it. Suddenly, a wild man confidently walked in. He was stopped by the guards, but to be fair, the king let him try. Surprisingly, the wild man simply walked up, took a sniff, and said it was flea skin. The princess was terrified. She turned and ran out of the hall. She climbed to the rooftop, wanting to jump. The king told her to calm down, because as a king, he had to keep his word. Even his daughter was no exception. Left with no choice, the princess accepted her fate, and so, dragged away by the wild man, she left the place she had called home her whole life.